In the 42nd year of the Rift War, the human expeditionary ship Courageous Dawn patrolled the edge of the Typhon Nebula. Lieutenant Arya Vale, xenolinguist and systems officer, was there to study enemy transmissions, not to fight. But when a sudden rift storm knocked the ship's engines offline, a Lithirian hunter cruiser pounced. Lithirians were crystalline, light-born beings who navigated space by sensing gravitational cords no human could feel. Their warships moved like dancers through storms. Courageous Dawn was crippled within minutes. Arya and a handful of survivors were taken aboard the alien vessel. Instead of a cell, Arya found herself in a bright chamber that felt like a cathedral of glass. Every wall pulsed with colors, resonant tones vibrating the air. She was told, through a translator sphere, that she was now the study subject of Kale Thyn, a Lithirian resonance engineer. His task: discover why humans could survive certain rift energies that shattered Lithirian forms. Days turned into weeks. Kale Thyn was nothing like the monstrous invader Arya had imagined. He moved like liquid light, refracting blues and golds. His voice was a chord of tones that the translator reduced to soft baritone words. He asked endless questions about her heartbeat, her sleep, her memories of oceans. At first she spat back answers in defiance. But his curiosity was genuine. He never struck her, never threatened her. Instead he played patterns of light against the walls. One day she realized the colors were not random, they were words, attempts at English. Arya began answering not with speech but with rhythm, tapping a spoon on the glass table, drumming her fingers in a pulse. Kale Thyn responded with matching beats of light. Over time they built a private code, part sound, part color. He told her Lithirians didn't feel like humans did. Their closest thing to intimacy was synchronizing pulses during cosmic storms. She told him about love songs, about holding hands, about being terrified and still choosing to protect someone. The war outside raged on. A Terran strike force planned to attack the hunter cruiser. Kale Thyn received orders to transfer the human specimen to a weapons lab where her biology would be dissected. He stood before her containment field, colors flickering like lightning. Through their code he sent, "I will not let them harm you." He shattered his own command seal, disabling the containment and burning his inner lattice, a wound to a Lithirian that felt like tearing out a heart. Together they fled through corridors of glass and energy, alarms echoing like a choir of sirens. Arya used her knowledge of Terran tech to hack a comm node and signal the approaching strike force. They reached the rift core, the ship's engine, a swirling vortex of blue plasma. Kale Thyn used his resonance to open a stable path, but the effort fractured his crystalline limbs. Arya dragged his half-collapsed form toward the vortex as enemy guards converged. She fired a stolen plasma staff over her shoulder and dove into the portal with him. They tumbled out into a forgotten star system, a dead Lithirian research station orbiting a red dwarf. The portal collapsed behind them. No Terran rescue, no Lithirian reinforcements, just two fugitives alone. Weeks passed as they scavenged the station for food, water, and energy. Arya rigged a Terran medkit to stabilize Kale Thyn's shattered lattice. In return he taught her to sense the faint chords of space, how to ride microcurrents of gravity to move debris. Survival became routine. Conversation became comfort. She started to hear his emotions in the hum of his body, he began to see her feelings in the tremor of her pulse. When a rift storm hit the system, the station began to break apart. They had one chance. Use the storm's energy to jump back into known space. But it required perfect synchronization, two beings acting as one. They stood in the station's heart, hands on the controls. Kale Thyn extended a tendril of light. Arya placed her gloved human hand into it. A surge of warmth, no, resonance, passed between them. He whispered through the translator, "You taught me what choice means. Choose with me now." She closed her eyes and matched his rhythm. Heartbeat and harmonic pulse aligned. The rift blossomed before them like a living sun. Together they dove. They emerged not on a Terran ship, not on a Lithurian world, but on a neutral station at the edge of galactic space, safe, alive, holding on to each other. Epilogue: Hearts Beyond the Rift. Months later, when peace talks began, two unlikely figures appeared before the council, a human officer and a Lithurian engineer. Their testimony of survival and cooperation became the seed for the first joint Terran-Lithurian exploration mission. They never declared love in human or Lithurian words. But everyone could see it in the way her pulse steadied when his light dimmed, and the way his harmonics brightened when she entered the room. Across all the stars, two very different beings had proven that empathy could cross even a war-torn rift. And somewhere, in a small shared cabin aboard a new exploration vessel, a heartbeat and a pulse of light beat together, two rhythms, one story.